Well, good morning. This is what it looks like after 1,400 miles. A visit to Charlotte, North Carolina to see Nascar Hall of Fame Museum, Garth Brooks, 2 YouTubers, and to pick up my panels from my 64 Mercury Comet. It's a little longer than I normally do. Stick around. There's a lot of good stuff to see ahead.
Alright, we're set out on another road trip in the 21 Highlander. We're headed for Charlotte, North Carolina. I hopefully will be seeing 2 other YouTube creators. One who has some parts for the Mercury for me that I bought. And we're going to go see Garth Brooks. And that makes this lady right here very happy. This is something she's wanted to do since she was a teenager. So, we're headed out. Yeah, this is not how you start out a road trip. You can't even get out of town. That must be the skid marks right there. I don't know. It is. They bounced hard off of that bridge. And we just couldn't resist getting to use the best restroom out of Buc-ee's. Can't tell, but that's Talladega Super Speedway. Look. Apparently somebody couldn't keep their head and butt wired together long enough to get down through the road. Yeah, buddy. Looks like they did a good one. Hope he's okay. Looks pretty scary. Looks like he got a tree. Man, he cleared it out over there. Into the kit. Oh my God.
When we first started Ironclad Ranch or Ironclad something, he's a friend of mine. He's been here to visit before. Yeah, Ironclad Ranch. I think he's added the forge, but anyway, yeah, he's been here. He and his wife came, and so I met a lot of people.
Well, 12 hours, a little over 600 miles, and it's time to go to bed. See you in the morning. All right, so we made it. We refreshed, refueled, spent the night in the hotel, and before we go to Garth Brooks, my wife had a little surprise for me. So we are going to the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Sounds like lunch.
Indeed it does. Yes, it is. Good old Benny Parsons. Bobby Allison, Alabama gang. Talladega track record holder, Bill Elliott will. Just finished up doing the in-car simulator. Came in second place. Would have been in first, but got crashed out on the last lap. Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. Alright, well, that's going to wrap up the NASCAR museum. We stopped off at Buffalo Wild Wings. I had a little lunch. So it's time to move on and get ready to go see Garth Brooks. Alright, so we're on day 3 of this here trip. We're down here with my buddy HG. If you're not familiar with his channel, Left for Dead Garage. He does a little bit of everything. Swing over here and show him what we're working on right here. He's doing a little project for a guy to do some rewiring. And if you go to his channel, you're going to see a lot of this Impala right here. Big block. So anyway, quick story. I have been looking for panels for that Mercury Comet, as you know, if you've been on my channel for any length of time at all and seen any of the Mercury content. Quick story, I found these panels in
Forest City.
Where was it?
Forest City, North Carolina.
Forest City. And I ordered them, but he was going to ship them to me, and then I come to find out they were about 10 miles from HG.
Ironically, this whole car was about a half a mile up the road. I seen it before the guy bought it and put it up.
That's how small this world is, guys. Y'all know I live in Mississippi. We're in North Carolina. So I reached out to HG. He gladly went and got them for me and has held on to them and stored them. Was going to bring them to me at Power Tour. That didn't work out. But that actually worked out because we had got to be able to come to see Garth Brooks. So, hey, you know, whatever. But anyway, these are the panels. This one is actually in better shape than I thought. And how's the other one look? This one got a little, it's got a little hoopty-doo in it back here. But y'all have seen mine, and mine are non-existent. So anyway, we're going to try to load them up, show them what we're going to try to put them in. We're going to try to get them in the 21 Highlander without having to cut them. So, all right, let's get after it. I'm thinking put that in toward the front. I need to move that suitcase. Sitting down here. Well, I think you guys, I might throw an angle. The way I measured them, I'm going at an angle. I'm going to lay this between them to keep them from rattling. Yeah, for sanity. Yes. Come on in, I'll get you. Get this way. See if we can crisscross it up. I've got something I can wrap over that end. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so real quick, we'll just tell you this again. We've said this before. These panels are not available in reproduction anywhere. I found a guy that handmade some, but and those were $250, and I paid $250 for both of these full panels. So there we go. If you have not ever been to HG's channel, come on over, give him a like. You can comment, give him subscribe. He's just like me. He does try to interact with his subscribers. He does answer questions. So, all right, we're all loaded up back there, and we are headed to Auto Resto Mod. So, let's hit the road. All right, as I said before we headed out on this road trip, I had count them, two YouTubers that I was going to go visit, Left 4 Dead Garage, and today we are here with Jeff Ford from Auto Resto Mod. And what else do you do?
We have a show called Manic Mechanic that we do as well. Logan's actually working on the Ranchero that we have as one of our project vehicles over there today, trying to scrape all the dirt and schmutz from 50 odd years out of the front end of it.
Yeah, I think I've seen this car on the channel before. It's got a long way to go. It's come a long way too. So.
It has come a long way. We've got a few things left to do, but I think we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's either the light at the end of the tunnel or an oncoming train. I'm not sure which at this point. Logan right now thinks it's an oncoming train because he's having to scrape out that inner fender in here. So
I know about these oncoming trains because I have a '64 Mercury Comet. If you've been on the channel any length of time at all, you've seen what I'm up against. So I know about these oncoming trains.
yeah, and I mean these cars are kind of tough, especially the Rancheros and the Comets, because like you were talking about before, rear quarter panels and stuff on those are really hard to come by.
Yeah.
Because the Ranchero is completely different. It's like the station wagon and the Comet. They have a weird, different rear quarter on. So trying to find that kind of stuff to fix them up. Luckily, this car's not too bad on that front. But I understand you got some parts today?
I do. I found, picked up
from Left for Dead Garage, and it's earlier in this video. So
Cool. Yeah, you got to find that kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you about the Comet I found around here the other day. That's a 65.
well, there's a really strange thing I didn't tell you about when I was at Left for Dead Garage, and he talked about it earlier. When I interviewed him, he said that he actually passed by that car. It was 2 blocks from his house. And then when I bought the panels, the guy cut them off and he had to drive 10 miles to go get them because he had moved them to his house.
So it's literally hot off the press kind of
They
stuff.
were literally hot off the press. So, real quick story. Tell you how I met Jeff. I was redoing floor pans in a 67 Mustang, and we were getting ready to do the upholstery stage. Do you remember that?
It's been a minute, so.
It's back in 2014. Well, I got out and I went to his website, and there's a phone number there. So I said, well, let me call this phone number and see what I get. Well, I got a voicemail. About 2 hours later, this guy calls me back, and he goes, hey, what can I do for you? And so I asked him about some upholstery stuff. He said, well, I'm at a convention right now. Wait till I get back to the hotel. I'll fire up my computer, and I'll send you some stuff. And he did. So right then, I knew this guy was straight up. He was what he said he was. And if you want to know how to do something right on one of these old Fords, this is your guy. I, on the other hand, have a few shade trees over my working area.
You and
So
Cam would probably do very well together then.
I do it right, but I've got some shade tree, okay? I'm going to do it fast. Jeff's going to do it all the way right, so.
Most of the time. I'm getting more shade tree on my F100 right now with what we had going on today.
Yeah, and there's some good content coming on that. He was telling me about that. The engine maybe toast. So he's still got to do some testing. So anyway, if you like this old Ford stuff, go check him out. Go subscribe. He's right like this close to 100,000.
We're looking for him.
So help a guy out.
Help a brother out.
Seriously. So anyway, trying not to nerd out. Really good I got to meet Jeff today. And
Glad you got to stop by, man. It was awesome having you pop in. You know, I hate that you get to see us working because we just finished up about probably 20 minutes before you popped in. So we got done for the day. And, you know, you kept me from going in the house and being depressed about spending thousands of dollars on a big block 390 FE. So
well, yeah, I'm here to
I
help.
feel better now.
I'm here to help. Well, I really didn't want to interrupt your video schedule.
Oh, no, man,
so
it was great.
we're just popping in.
That's
so.
good.
Well, anyway, it's time for us to get back on the road, and we'll be heading for Atlanta.
Be safe.
Thank
Take
you,
care of
brother.
yourself, buddy.
I just want to extend a great big thank you to H.G. Shelton over at Left for Dead Garage and what he did for me on these panels, going and getting them, hanging on to them for me. Great guy. Go check his channel out. And let's talk about Auto Resto Mod. Jeff has helped me out in the past, made a simple phone call, and he jumped right in, got me some answers that I really needed. So if you're not familiar with Auto Resto Mod and you're doing old Ford or even some Mercury stuff, a lot of that stuff crosses over. Go on over, subscribe, check him out. Good guy. If you have questions, he'll help you out. So I got a lot of work to do here. I got to get this vehicle unloaded and get ready to bring some more content to you. So until I can do that, why don't you go watch another video coming on the screen right now.